So we met in 2017, January of 2017, and Jeffrey tried for the next few months to get Gray to have us all go on a triple date. Jeff and Sarah, Trey and Alexis, and myself and Gray. So that didn't happen until around April. We ended up going to Miguel's.
I don't remember why that took so long. I think I was traveling at the time, but I really was just kind of nervous about stepping into, honestly, a friendship, a relationship, and all of the above. And so it did take some persuasive efforts from Jeffrey. And I think it was finally when he said, Jeffrey and my friend Trey, we're all going, you're coming. And we ended up going to Miguel's for dinner. And I remember the dinner vividly. I sat directly across from Faith, Trey and Alexis, Jeffrey and Sarah, and my understanding of who she was confirmed by everything that people said about her. I walked away from that dinner going, wow, like that's an incredible woman. And I felt really blessed to be able to meet her. At that time in my heart, I thought I just made a new friend.
He followed me the next day on social media. Yay for millennials, all of that. But so I was like, oh, maybe there's something that could happen. And then in the days and weeks and months to follow, there was not anything that was going on. But in my own heart, the Lord was like chipping off things that had been dormant for a long time. It became a lot more difficult to wait and to trust that the Lord was really going to be faithful with what he had spoken about me being a wife, about me being a mother. And so I have an incredible mentor who was starting to teach me what does it look like to press into the Lord regardless of what circumstance looked like, whether Gray was going to advance in pursuing me or not. Was I going to bless him, and was I going to trust the Lord with the deep desires of my heart that regardless of if it was Gray, that the Lord would be faithful to his promises that he's spoken over me.
I did declare my intentions. I saw a great friendship with Faith and was very open in that. I believed in my heart that at that time, never keep her guessing what I was thinking. And that was an incredible, sweet time for me during those number of months. But during that time, some of the things that were going on inside your heart.
So in December, it felt like a lot of stuff started to stir up. Like, oh my gosh, like we went to dinner by ourselves, and in a girl's mind, you just start thinking all of the things, right? And Gray, from the beginning, was so intentional. Came over and wanted to make sure that he was clear on what our friendship was and where he was, and that he wasn't like leading me beyond what was.
We continued becoming friends, and the friendship kept progressing deeper and deeper. And then in the summer, I remember the morning so vividly. I was packing up my car to go drive down to Houston because I wanted to surprise my grandmother, who was she was in hospital and hospice and just wasn't doing well, and I wanted to go down there and surprise her. And I got a phone call from my mother, who was just frantic that my Aunt Wendy in Pittsburgh was missing. So I was driving into Dallas to tell my mother that her sister passed. Who was with me every step of the way was Faith. Every morning, every day, text messaging and calling, and I could just feel her prayers. I could feel her encouragement. All I wanted was just to be with you. And then that night I said, I want to step into a relationship with you. Will you do that with me?
I was excited, but it was an expectation of like I already knew that was going to really happen. It was a genuine I knew, Lord, that you would do what you were gonna do. You're faithful. But the entire journey, looking back on all of it, has been the most incredible experience. I've said this to many people, but I would wait again for him. Because he's beyond what I could imagine in a husband and a best friend. And what the Lord has done and is doing and will do is truly beyond what we can expect.
And this multi-year process of friendship to dating to relationship to engagement has been an adventure of incredible highs and incredible lows, but you've been consistent in it. Our love has grown in it. I've seen the Father in ways that I've never understood that He is. This is the greatest thing that we can experience this side of heaven. I feel like the gun is just about to go off, and we haven't even started running yet. And so then there's nobody else I'd rather run with than you.